And as they approached the finish line, it seemed as if the cast and crew were having the time of their lives. Weren't they?
We have to shoot the finale.
The night before we were shooting.
They've sent us another paper bag full of cassettes.
All original songs that had been submitted.
Jimmy had delivered on the old classic songs, but he was cutting the original finale song they needed close.
And we were taking these cassettes out of the bag one at a time and listening to them. Pop, take it out, next one. The last cassette.
It starts off dum dum da dum da da dum dum.
And I stopped it and I said, Miranda, is it because it's the last friggin' cassette, or is there something in the lyric of this song? And she said,
Put it in.
put it on again.
Oh my God. Maybe that's the song.
Well, that was it.
And for the next 3 days straight, it was all they heard. A cast of hundreds, endless dancing, working late into the night.
We were doing it into like 3 in the morning.
Hi, Mom.
And they also filmed that line that might well be more famous than the movie itself.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. What a ridiculous line. There was no corner we were shooting in. There's kind of a pillar.
But the line's author must surely have seen that immortal phrase as she penned that unforgettable dialogue.
I think it's really something that I was not deeply committed to. I don't think it's a great phrase.
Okay, then, how about the guy who acted it into a great phrase?
He thought it was the stupidest line in the world, and I think he was right.
Years later, he said, boy, was I wrong about that one.
But it wasn't just a painful line Patrick had to endure. The finale had some of the most technically difficult dancing in the movie.
When he jumps off the stage and does that tour.
He really busted up his knee.
He had to leap off that stage 12 or 13, 14 times.
Here we go.
He was hurting.
Once again.
And he came over to me and he whispered in my ear, I've got one more in me. Please make sure all the cameras get it. Well, and I said to Emil, we have to get it right now. Patrick's suffering. He wants to do this, but we have to get it at this moment.
Let's do one more. Stand by. Three. Still. And play back.
He had one more in him. So he was that kind of a person. He suffered for his art.
But Patrick wasn't done yet. The finale wouldn't be complete without one iconic moment and one last show of strength. After 45 days, those splendid words,
That's a wrap.